Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Welcome to 2025. It is 4 rounds for time. It is called 2025 Vibe. It is 20 ab twists, 40 ball toe taps, 10 bent over rows, 5 cleans, 10 V-abs, and 20 shoulder taps. So we're going to go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, let's start with the first movement, which is going to be our ab twist. So what we want to focus on here is making sure we twist our abs, as it says in the name. So we want to make sure that only our butt is on the ground, our feet are off the ground, we're leaning slightly back, we're creating a nice V position, we're squeezing those abs, and we're twisting our top half back and forth. Now, if you want to add a weight, you can use a weight. Make sure that you're really focusing on squeezing those abs as you do that. If you find yourself very unstable and wobbling all over the place, that means you got to work on some of those ab movements, but you can put one heel on the ground just ever so lightly to keep you stable, to make sure that you're focusing on those abs. And even further, you can put 2 heels on the ground to create that nice focus on those abs. You can also use a band if you don't have a weight and you want to go add a little extra. You can do it on each side, 10 on each side, and really focus on, again, squeezing and twisting, not so much the upper body. The next movement is going to be our ball toe taps. So you can use a ball or whatever you have, or you can just run in place. But what we want to create a continuous movement. So we don't just want to be tapping the ball. We want to be continuously moving, tapping that ball. Again, you can use whatever you want, or you can just run in place. The next movement is going to be our bent over row. So if you're using a barbell, we want to make sure that when we do the bent over row, our body is staying stable. We're not heaving it up. That's going to create this lower back tension that can possibly cause injury, which we don't want. So we want to bend over. Our knees are going to be slightly bent. We're hinging at the hips. Our arms are going to be dangling in front of us. We're going to squeeze our shoulders back, create a nice flat back, and we're going to pull till we get to about 90 degrees. We don't want to try to overextend here or under. So we want to have a weight that we feel comfortable with, that we can stay steady and nothing is moving but our arms. So let's do it sideways first. So we're going to pick the barbell up. We're going to bend at the hips, knees slightly bent. The bar is hanging in front of me. I'm squeezing my shoulders back, and I'm not moving other than my arms. So again, none of this like weird craziness that I see all the time. We'll do it in the front too, just to visual purposes. So again, hinging at the hips, bringing that barbell up, and then just coming up to about the lower part of your sports bra if you are wearing one. The other thing you can do, you can use a bench. So you're going to put one knee on the bench, one hand on the bench, and again, creating that nice flat back, squeezing the shoulders back, and just coming up to that 90-degree angle. So you can either do 10 on each side or 5 on each side. You can also do a bent over row standing as well with 2 or 1 dumbbells. can also use a band, so you can step in that band and you can row upward. This is a very thin band, so a little easier. You probably want something with a little bit more resistance to it. Hey, Mia. The next movement is going to be our clean. So again, if you're using a barbell and you've never done a clean, maybe not the best time to learn through a video. It's probably better with a coach. But for those who've done it before, just going over the movement, we want to make sure that the barbell is nice and tight. We want to be in contact with the barbell as we pull up. We want to fully, as we're coming up, we're pushing down into the middle of our feet, really using that leg drive to pull the weight up. Our chest is coming straight up, and we're going to shrug at the top and then bring our elbows through very quickly to catch it. And you can do either a full clean or a power clean. So we're going to be about thumb width away from the smooth part. We're going to use that nice hook grip, so we're gripping over our thumbs. We're going to set up at the bar. The bar is against my shins. I'm pulling my chest upward. I'm making sure everything is nice and tight. And again, as I'm pulling up, I'm pulling the barbell in close. Shrug, up, and that would be the full clean there. So again, and I'm catching it on my shoulders so that I can let go. There. That was a very quick show of that. Now, some of the things you can do if you don't have a barbell or never done a clean before, you can do a hang clean with a dumbbell, and you can do 5 on each side. So you're going to slide that dumbbell down that leg. You're going to pull your hips back, keeping that back nice and straight, and catch and stand up. And then just switch arms there. Or you can use a med ball or a slam ball, which I'll show you both, but it's the same thing. We're gonna come down. We're gonna grab the ball on either side, keeping our chest nice and straight and up. And coming down. So you want to catch that in a full squat. Same thing, just a little bit heavier. And so forth. Okay, so next movement is going to be our V-ups. So more abs. We're going to reach back, and we want to reach for our toes, coming up in a V. What we want to make sure we're accomplishing here is that our shoulders and back are coming off the ground. So that's going to be what's important, because that's what's going to activate those abs. If you're just lifting up your feet and doing something like this, yes, you'll feel it a little bit, but it's not really focusing on where we want to focus on. So modifications to the knees, and again, we're in that same kind of position as we were for the ab twist. We can do alternating, or we can just do leg raises where we want to have our shoulders off the ground and we are squeezing those abs and lifting those legs slow and only about halfway. We don't want to come all the way up so that our butt is coming off the ground. We want to be focusing on those abs. The next movement is yet again some more abs because core is important. Okay, so for the shoulder taps, we can do a few things. So, one, we want to make sure that we are in a nice push-up position. So our hands are going to be underneath our shoulders. We're going to come back and our butt is not going to be up. It's not going to be sagging. It's going to be flat. And you can have a little bit wider of a stance, but you want to be squeezing those abs so that you're not rocking back and forth. So again, we're going to be slow and controlled as we come up. We're going to squeeze those abs. Nothing where we're rocking. If we're rocking, really focus on squeezing those abs and glutes. So modifications, you can kind of lean on your knees and squeeze. You can just squeeze your abs as you're in this position. You can also do bird dogs. So really focusing on those abs, slow and precise. And if you want to add a little bit of a challenge, you can always put your feet up high, really squeezing, but making sure you're not rocking back and forth. So we're going to do all those movements 4 times. Make sure you mark down your weights, your time, your movements, and revisit this workout and see your progress. Good luck.